You may have noticed, but this doesn't really look anything like the island. Right now, us boys, well, 3 of us boys, Morgan's actually back on the island, but the rest of us, my mom, my dad, left the island and we're here in Wano.
We left Morgan back at Cree. The rest of us came back to our mountain home up here in the Highlands of Papua. It's good to be back. We haven't been here in the mountains for about a year now. Almost, yeah, over a year now. So it's good to get back, see all our friends, and enjoy the fresh mountain air. But we're taking advantage of the time while we're here. We're doing some hiking right now. We're heading up to a little pinnacle, a little mountaintop, where we get a good vantage point of the valley right behind us, and then also the airstrip. It's kind of a sub-alpine terrain, very mossy, kind of shrubbery. The higher you get, yeah, the less large trees you see. A lot of ferns, a lot of little berries, and a ton of moss.
So up here, there's all these little shrubbery kind of bushes and stuff, and you'll find a lot of these little berries. They're actually more like flowers, but they're the classic thing that we eat when we're walking on the trail. Little kind of sweet, juicy little flower things. So we're walking along the trail and they stick right out. They like stick out like a sore thumb. The little red things. You pick them off and throw them in your mouth just like that.
Menina no wakondik. Ha, bugabe. Bako.
So the nonggon is covered with spines on the outside and full of holes in the middle where ants kind of make their nests in. Kind of like the thing that all the mothers threaten their children with. It's supposed to be the scary nonggon and it'll come and get you if you're naughty. So all the kids are always throwing spears into them. You walk around, you see all these nongons sticking out trees with a bunch of sticks and spears thrown in them.
Kind of like a cactus, and actually, if you get kind of like pricked by it, sometimes it starts an infection. So we're always very wary on the trail whenever you come by one.
Yeah, if you get poked, it swells. Some sort of like poison or venom on the end of the spikes.
Alright, watch this. It's right through.
Missed it. Tapi well, now you. You could move. Yeah, no. Our time here has been really encouraging. We've been able to get together with all the elders of the church here and the rest of the congregation. Everybody's doing really well. There's a bunch of people from another village about 3 days hike away in a place called Puluk, and they're super anxious to hear the teaching. For the last few months they've been going through what we call phase 1 teaching. Our Bible teachers have started from Genesis and are teaching through the Bible, and right now we're in the life of Christ, about to teach on his death and resurrection. But yeah, they've been teaching every day consistently, except for on Saturdays. So 6 days a week, early in the morning, they've been teaching a lesson all the way through the Bible. It's cool to see how excited people are about hearing God's Word and really owning it for themselves. I'm heading off to the end of the little mountain here to talk to 2 of my good friends. Well, they've only been my friends for the last 8 days. I've only met them since I first landed here. It's pretty cool how there's such a quick connection within the body of Christ. It's easy to become friends quickly with those that are fellow believers. They're 2 great guys from a lowland village, still in the Wano territory, but pretty far away. It's been cool to hang out with them and get to know them better. Yeah, hopefully get their testimonies and chat with them a little bit, hear their story about how they heard the teaching and their reasons why they came up.
op meki mono ne nirak.
Ngayo ko ne yawe nyo dampunya ko neno. Mamino ni cara bane menira ane op konengo.
Ya ne boki meninora ane boki konengo mono ke nirik meniran bigang gacak.
Op kingi aron dom dino op angkong ko etni arak.
Ane op yawe bane bangong gacak yoka.
Ane bekoni menira kiyo wenit ne kena no kwandi no op ni kiat op ako kwabut mudot ni kena no kwa. Mono bekacakat op neno ko nyi ko gacak.
An yawe pane pangong nengko nekak menira Jesut ne no ko be nengko mera ane ne ko nyembere pane mono dat ne menira ako kwane ni unara menino op di giragat
Ana andu gwene nida kenok menira op yaw ne di bane op tompong gudirak ndi ki ana ko kwabut mundat na rica karo we ako kwa ngit mun ne nida mono aro
ako abut mudat ni an nambek ne naga benda ko ra meki oban nengit kede Maraka go we ako kwa abut mu ane mono ne nida ko
anne menira yaw ne ndiki ombe konirika op yawe abut mu ngua cia bane menira yawe korang di op at ne menine abuk di ko diak menino at ne op ponyo bagi dampan bongge na me kadik mune
an nombane pune menira yaw ne dino deinga nongko tunggu mamini cokwa menine ngitu bagi dak
ndi yawe korakat ne menit di medot ni meni nok yo obat mam guerik
obat meni an maming op maming konirika obat meni an op tumbu kwa
ni aja yawe korakat yawe ne tu kongira ne nit mono guerik
yo kan yaw ne meni op maming kwa apa kami meni mamino cokwa obat meni apa kami yang kwa cokwa
yaw ne ndi konen kadik mu genok meni op aja han kugi aya aja no kwa kugi meni we nyamawi di kurak yo we kurak meni an be kwa bok me op mono no kwa me ana ko kwa but mudot ni mono be kwa
neme an nangino kayaki wenetik wah
Ano yog yawe budaro mono be ko detigat
op yawe ne wot ni giragat man ne abuk dia kotik dia no mai bane riak meki at ko yawe ne op tu kong gira boki di bane op dia ne abuk di bigang gajak no man di yawe ne di op nok maming kotik di bane nangino kayam ban babi gira pi
wah an mono at
Wah.
Oh, makan.
Alright, so right now, me and Ash are gonna chop some firewood for the fire, some kindling.
Now, before we start, we just need to tell you, don't do this at home, kids. It's extremely dangerous. Alright, so here's our chopping block. We're gonna make kindling, so you kind of have to get a decent sized piece like this and just chop it into smaller pieces.
It gets pretty cold here at nighttime, so it's really nice to have a fire just to...
Yeah, we have like an really old wood stove. I don't know what you call it. What do you call it?
Yeah, wood burning stove.
Wood stove.
We've had this wood stove for a super long time, like over 10 years. It is a great wood stove. But yeah, my dad bought it for like $180 or something crazy like that. Super cheap, and it's lasted us all this time. It's been a great stove.
Ow.
Wow.
We kind of ran out of wood a little, but we don't have a lot for like the big fire, so Kian's slaving away here. Almost there.
Alright, the kindling's done and the firewood's done, so I'm going to take it inside and get the fire started.
It's been a couple hours since we made the kindling. We're kind of waiting until it gets a little bit colder before we start this stove. And we have tons of kindling here. What I'm going to start out with is, well, first of all, let me introduce you to our good old trusty wood stove here. We don't have a name for it or anything, but it's just our kind of like good old trusty stove, like I said. Okay, so this is where we make the fire. It's kind of a small little spot here. All the ashes fall down in here. Before you start the stove, you always want to make sure that this right here is unscrewed all the way out so that the air can flow in easily and keep everything going. This is where you can do the baking and stuff. There's 3 levels there, and then there's 3 spots on top for you to whatever, fry an egg or heat up water. I'm gonna start out with putting 2 decent sized chunks of wood like this, and then I'm just gonna kind of make a big cross junction of all these little small pieces. There's no like one right way to make a fire or anything. Just tend to play by ear. I'm gonna use small algebra schoolwork here. Light the tip and throw it in there. Pieces. As you can see, the wood has caught the flame now, so it's burning pretty well. Now I just have to kind of baby it for a couple minutes, continue to put little pieces of firewood where it needs it. Fire is actually very peaceful. It's really enjoyable to watch. Just kind of like the wilds love fire. Isn't that right, Tian? Wilds love fire. Fire! Keeping it going.
Yeah, it's been a really good time here in Wano. I've been here for about 10 days now, and it's been really nice. We haven't been back for about a year, as boys haven't, so things haven't changed too much. Our house is pretty much the same, and the mountaintop is pretty much the same, but yeah, it's been really good to get back and see everybody, see the jungle again, see the house again. It's been pretty fun. This is our third house, actually, which is pretty crazy. So our first house back in,
Ouija.
Yeah, Ouija, but that was probably around like 12 years ago.
Something like that. It was a long time ago.
So we lived there. We didn't live there for too long though. That was kind of our first house. Mom and Dad were starting to do language learning, culture learning, but we had to leave pretty soon there due to like some guerrilla warfare kind of stuff like that. So the next house we built was a really cool house. It was actually a round house, like the people build their houses here, except it was a little bit bigger. So that was our second house we built, and then that was in a place called Kiridumo, which is about 2,000 feet down the mountain from where we are right now. And that's where us boys spent most of our kind of growing up years, early childhood. And during that time, my mom and dad and our co-workers, the Ingles, finished language learning, finished culture learning, and actually translated enough of the Bible, the Old Testament, New Testament, to be it. And so that was one people to the gospel. We were, able to share the gospel with all the Wano people here in their own language. You know, it was actually written down for them so they could read it themselves. And yeah, the church was planted here in Wano land. But then, our second house, it was pretty rustic, you know, they were just made out of poles and the way the tribal people build their houses, so it got eaten away by little wood bugs. They're kind of like termites, except they're beetles. So our house was starting to fall apart, and we were going to build a new house right next to our house, just in the same area, but then the Wano church decided that it was about time we needed an airstrip.
So up until that time, we had only been using helicopters to fly in and out for supplies and family trips and stuff like that. And so it was great, but it wasn't permanent. Coming into the tribe, we made an agreement with the heli aviation that we'd work on making an airstrip eventually. So we'd start out the first couple of years learning language and culture and medical and literacy, stuff like that, but eventually we'd need to wrap things up and make a airstrip which would be much more permanent, be able to support the area better. And so we moved up to Mokondoma, which is where we're at presently, 2,000 feet up the mountain, and where there was kind of like a footprint of an airstrip already naturally made. And so we worked on the airstrip for about 2.5 years, the Wano people, over months, and you know, eventually it got made, and right now it's servicing our family and also our co-workers, the Ingles, and the Wano church, taking actual Wano believers to different parts of Wano land for outreaches and spreading the gospel around in the lowlands and in other tribes as well. So it's really cool. It's definitely been a really beneficial thing and very helpful.
So yeah, we built the airstrip in our third house, and that's where we've lived ever since. Well, until we moved to the island.
Thanks for watching. If you like the show and want to help spread the word, give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our YouTube channel. Even better, check out our Patreon page to support our channel and learn how to become more involved, or by purchasing the Wild Brothers DVD series through Answers in Genesis.